Good morning. This is Bill Blatchford, Mornings with Bill. I'd like to discuss with you for a few minutes something that's really near and dear to my heart, and that is time off. People ask me, how can our clients take so much time off? Because this is a characteristic that I've studied for the last almost 30 years now. And the clients that we work with that take the most time off and taking time off at regular intervals always seem to outproduce those that seem to have their nose down to the grindstone every day and are down in the mouth all the time, as we say. The interesting thing is that we go through these stages in our work life that we go through, and we probably recognize these, but usually it's too late when we recognize them. But when we go on a vacation, we actually come back fresh, we've been rested and ready to go. We're full of energy. And I think that energy level is what makes a huge difference in a dental practice, or anything for that matter, in life. And it's not a huge difference, it's not this huge difference, it's this little difference that makes the difference. So we come back from a vacation, if you can visualize this, we go through a productive phase for several weeks. Now, I have found that number to be varying between different doctors, but somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks out here, most doctors hit what we call the mechanical stage. Now, the mechanical stage is you're still showing up for work, you're coming in on time, you're going through the motions, but the juices just aren't flowing. This is where you're starting to think to yourself, this is getting old, I'm getting tired of this, I need a break. Well, then if you don't take a break here, what happens is you go into what we call the burnout phase. Now, the burnout phase is when you're really saying to your patients, I really need to take a break, I need a vacation, or you're telling your team that. I'm just overworked, I'm tired, and of course the team then starts to sabotage the schedule to make it easier for you, etc., etc. So I'm really going to recommend to all of you to increase the number of breaks you take. Now I just want to give you an example of the folly and the thoughts behind not taking time off. We recently had a new doctor start our program, which we start about 4 new doctors every month. And this doctor set a particular financial goal for himself. And he and his spouse have decided that once they hit that financial goal, production goal that is, that they will start to take a 2-week vacation. I'm saying, wait a minute, you're not hitting the goal now, you're not hitting your daily production goals, how is working more days going to solve this problem? My suggestion to him was immediately set up the schedule with a 2-week break immediately, followed by a week off every 6 to 7 weeks out into the future. Well, interesting enough is the resistance there. He says, well, yeah, but I'm not hitting my goal now. How can taking more time off help? The question is, very simple question. Are you currently turning patients away? You see, if you're not turning patients away from your practice, you're working too much. In other words, your day isn't filled anyway. Ask yourself the question, how is adding more days to my schedule going to increase my production? So you might as well take time off. You see, every once in a while, a doctor calls and says, Bill, my schedule is really light. There's just nothing going on in my practice right now. And I'll say, when's the last time you had a vacation? I can't remember. And I'll say, well, why don't you do this? Take next week off. You're not busy anyway. And they laugh a little bit, but then they do it and they find out, wow, it works. So you want to titrate for yourself, but if you want to skip that, take my schedule that I suggest to all my clients. About every 6th week, you take a week off. So you work 6, take a week off, work 6, take a week off. But at least once a year, I would recommend you take off a 2 to 3 week period. Now, I always took August off. That was my month. I took August off in the 4th year into dental practice, and I've always taken August off. I've never worked in August, and I haven't missed a meal because of it. Why not? And I will tell you, the time that you look back at the times that you spent with your family and friends and pursuing hobbies, 20, 30, 40 years later will mean a lot more to you than the money you might have made during that 4-week period. So join myself and a number of my clients next year and take August off. If you'd like to tweet us at Blatchford with your comments, suggestions for subjects for this program, or contact us about our coaching program, go to blatchford.com.